Good day everyone. Today I would like to show you how to draw a floor plan from a given sketch plan. Let me stop sharing and share my screen again. Share my screen. Okay. Now this is a given sketch plan. So from this sketch plan, we are going to draw a floor plan. The question says the diagram above shows a single bedroom bungalow. Study the given specification and answer the questions that follows. These are the specifications. You have your W1, 12 by 12, your W, your W2, your D, your double door, your wall thickness. This single D is for single door, while the double D is for double door. The question says draw to a scale of 1 to 100 the floor plan. Let's study the sketch plan carefully. We can see our out to out dimension is 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 3,000. That gives us 11,000, which is 11 centimeters. Then the breadth, 3,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000. That gives us 6 centimeters, which is yes, 6,000, which is 6 centimeters. So the first thing, let's measure. Sorry, let me show again. The first thing, we are going to measure 6 centimeters. We are going to measure 11 centimeters. So we are going to measure 11 centimeters. Okay, so this is my ruler. Sorry, please, I want to stop sharing to share again so that everyone can be able to see my board clearly. Very good. So this is my ruler. The first thing I will do, I will measure a line. I'll measure a line. I'll pick up my line, 11 centimeters long. So I'll draw my line, 11 centimeters long. You start from 0 down to 11 centimeters. Good. Then I'll draw my breadth. The breadth is 6 centimeters. I'll move my ruler, make sure it's at 90 degrees. Sure, whatever you're drawing is at 90 degrees. So I'll draw my breadth 6 centimeters. So I'll put my ruler, take it down to 6 centimeters, and I'll stop. Then I'll take the ruler again to the other end. I'll measure 6 centimeters. I'll measure 6 centimeters, pick up my pencil. I'll draw the line. When I get to 6 centimeters, I will stop. Then I'll close it up. I want to close it up. Let me pick my ruler, close up the rectangle. I'll close up the rectangle. You'll be using your T-square. So you drag your T-square down and close it up with a straight line. And once you are done, the next thing is to bring out the wall thickness. Don't forget that from the given question, we have a wall thickness of 225 mm. 225 mm, when you want to convert it using scale 1 to 100, you divide 225 by 100. That gives you 225 divided by 100, you have 2.25. Then you divide, you convert to centimeters. The first thing you do, 225 divided by, which is given in millimeters, you divide by 100 because you're using a scale of 1 to 100. That gives you 2.25. After which you now divide 2.25 by 10. That is to convert it from millimeter to centimeter. So you have 0.25. Now we can convert 0.23. 0.23. So let's go back to our drawing. So the thickness of your wall is 0.23, but preferably we can use 0.24, so that when we are drawing the partition walls, we'll be able to draw it correctly. But under no condition should you use 0.3, because that gives a different specification. The specification says 225 and not 300 mm. So how do we bring out the wall thickness? Place your ruler this way. As you can see, place your ruler that way. Mark out, pick up your pencil, mark out point, just like you want to draw your border line. 0 points. This is from 0, you count 0.1, 0.2, then in between 0.2 and 3, you mark a dot. Go to the other end, 0.1, 0.2, in between you mark out another dot. Take the ruler, take it to the top to be able to, you can mark like 2 or 3 convenient dots, so that you can get enough points for your, straight line. So now the next thing I want to do, I want to bring out the external wall at the edges, at the top and the base, at the top and the base. So how do I bring out the line? Sorry, how do I bring out the wall thickness? I will also place my ruler this way, mark out, pick up my pencil, mark out. This is 0, 0.1, 0.2, in between 2 and 3, you put a 0, 0.1, 0.2, you put a dot. Then I also do the same thing at the base. This is 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, I'll put another dot. No, that is not correct. Control Z. 0.1, 0.2, and a dot. So with that, I've been able to establish my wall thickness. So you can have like 2, you can have like 3, you can have 1 on this side, you can also have 1 at this other end. So the next thing to do, I'll remove my ruler, I'll reposition the ruler so as to be able to draw my line just the way you usually draw your border line. So place it and bring out the wall thickness. Place it and bring out your wall thickness. So you draw, you join the points together, join the points together, join the points together, join the points together. So I'll draw a line. I'll draw a line from this end. I'll put my ruler, draw out the wall thickness. I'll draw a line that goes on the point, on the dotted line. So I'll draw it this way. Okay. So now I have it. I will ensure that the line does not project into the wall. You will understand when we get there. So I will also draw for the other side. I'll bring out my line, my pencil. I'll draw another line. So I'll not allow the line to touch the edge. I'll do the same, I'll repeat the same at the other end of the wall. Ensure you have more than 1 point so as to get a perfect straight line. Then with the aid of your T-square, you can do that conveniently. So that's good. So after this, I will also measure the last point. I'll measure the last point. I'll bring out the wall thickness at this end. So I'll draw my line. The line will pass across the point. Okay. So we can see from this drawing that we have edges unclosed, we have extension, we have unclosed, we have unclosed. So what do we do? I'll pick up my line, I'll close up the edges, I'll close up the edges. I'll come to this other side, I'll do the same thing. Good. I'll come to the top end, I'll do the same thing. Then this one is an extension. I'll pick up my eraser and I'll clean up the little extension. I'll clean the little extension which has affected my drawing. So I'll go back, project it. Then I'll also close it up. Now you can see that my internal wall is now a complete rectangle. So the next thing to do, I'll check my question to see what I need to do next. When you look at the sketch plan, you will see that at 0.4 cm there's a partition wall, and at another 4 cm there's a partition wall. So we will bring out the partition walls by using our ruler. Bring out your ruler. Place the ruler on the external wall. Place the ruler on the external wall. From the external wall, you can mark out your 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. This is another 4 centimeter. 4 plus 4, that gives you 8. So after you have marked out your 4 centimeters, the next thing is just to draw your line. Draw the line, which is the partition wall. Draw the line at those divisions. Draw the line, your line at those divisions. I would like to see the length of the line. You can see the partition line goes downward all the way. This one too goes downward all the way. We have 10 short dashes at this point and we have a straight line. So we are drawing it all the way. So just pick up your pencil again, draw your line, your straight line. When you are drawing, make sure you don't draw across the wall. Draw from the internal walls. Draw it down all the way. Move your ruler to the other side to repeat the same procedure. Draw it down all the way. So repeat the same thing. Take it downward. Take it downward. Sorry, please can I check something? Okay. Wanted to be sure that okay, now we've been able to draw the partition walls all the way. Now to be able to bring out the wall thickness for the partition wall, because we are not going to leave the partition wall like this. We are not just going to leave it as a single line. It must also be represented with the conventional symbol for wall. So how do we go about that? We measure, since our wall thickness, we said we should use 0.24, we divide 0.24 into 2. We have 0.12 to the left and 0.12 to the right. So I'll pick my pencil, I'll measure 0.12 to my left, so 0.1. In between 1 and 2, you put a dot. 0.1. In between 1 and 2, you also put another dot. Very good. I'll repeat the same thing here. I'll repeat the same thing here. I'll move my ruler. I'll center it at any convenient number. Pick my pencil. 0. This is 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.2. So now don't forget that your 0.2 will fall in between. It's just like counting from 0, 1. It will fall in between the second and the third calibrations. Between the second and the third calibration. So after you have been able to bring out your mark out your points, the next thing is to draw your line, draw your partition wall, since you've been able to establish the point. So how do we draw the partition wall? Just put your ruler, do the same thing, draw a straight line, pick your ruler, draw a straight line downward, downward. Move it to the other side to complete the thickness, the wall thickness. Your pencil, draw your line downward. Okay, the line in between is called the center line. The line in between is called the center line. Undo, Control Z. My lines are not equal. So let me do it again. Good. So I'll repeat the same procedure on the other end by drawing a straight line across my points, across my dotted line. Do it here. Move it to the second side. Pick up your ruler, sorry, your pencil, and draw another line. So you agree with me that we've been able to bring out our partition walls. The remaining thing is just to bring out the partition wall, the wall that divides the bedroom to the toilet and the dining to the kitchen. Now, how do we get the measurements? When you study the sketch plan carefully, you see that from this point to this point, we have 1,000, and from this point to this point, we have 1,000. That means the dimension for our toilet area, which is WC and bath. WC is water closet, so it's 2,000. And when you study the partition wall between the dining and the kitchen, is just what, 3,000 by 3,000. So this one is positioned at the middle. So let's quickly bring it out. I'll still pick my ruler to this side. Okay, let me just move it straight down. Place it on the external wall where you have 6,000. Mark out division 3. Mark out division 3 like you have seen. Then you take it to the other end. Take it to the other end. Mark out division 4. on the external wall. Whenever you are marking, make sure it's on the external wall. So this is division 4. At point 4. Okay, I've been able to put my dots. So the next thing to do is just to quickly draw the partition walls. Bring out the partition walls. Just repeat the same procedure, repeat the same process. Draw it, take it down, take it down. So you start from the internal wall, close it up, just draw a straight line. Draw a straight line at that point. Take it to the other end also. Take it to the other end also. Pick up your ruler, drag it to the other end, and draw from the internal wall. You also draw at division 3. So this is my line. So now the next thing, don't forget, like we usually do, is to, since it's partition wall, we have to bring out the wall thickness. We have to bring out the wall thickness. Don't forget to measure 0.12 above, 0.12 above and below. Pick your pencil, mark out 0.1, 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, sorry, 0.1. Remember we said 0.24 divided by 2, so that is 0.12. So you mark it in between 0.1 and 0.2. It will not reach 0.2, to be in between the calibration. So let's do the same thing here. Just pick your pencil, 0.1 and 0.12, just in between. In between. Okay. So I've been able to bring it out. The next thing is just to join my lines. The next thing is to join my lines in order to get my wall thickness. So I'll bring my ruler again. Pick up your line. Don't forget we are using thin line all through until we finish with the drawings. When we finish, we can now outline the walls. Don't forget, I told you that the internal line is called the center line. Is the center line, is not the wall, but it is used to get the wall. Repeat the same procedure at the other end. Now when drawing at home, make sure you have more than 1 point. Make sure you have more than 1 point so as to be able to, when you have more than 1 point, you'll be able to get a perfect straight line. Okay, I'll draw this. I'll join it together. Then I'll repeat the same procedure on the other side. I'll repeat the same procedure on the other side. Very good. The next thing to do, we've been able to bring out all our partition lines. Okay, remaining the veranda. Then for the veranda, the partition line is just 1 cm away from the veranda, 1 cm away. Let me quickly bring out